عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Welcome back, dear brothers and sisters. I welcome you all to Madina Book 3. Inshallah, today we're doing class 3. So going to our transition to book 3. So we're doing about ثلاثي مزيد فيه. So inshallah, what we are learning is we're learning the 10 different forms of the fa'al which are formed using the same root word, and there are few additions which come at the different levels, and we know how different forms are formed. So indeed in our previous class we did about form 2. So just quick revision. So what's form 2 is fa'ala, where we have ayn kalima is doubled, and we know it's called bab taf'il. Just some examples we learned about commonly used in the Quran. Sabbaha, yusabbihu, sabbih, musabbihun is ism fa'il. The difference between the fi'l ثلاثي mujarrad and fi'l ثلاثي مزيد fihi is that ism fa'il, in mujarrad we have the pattern fa'ilun, whereas in mazid fihi the ism fa'il begins with mim with dhamma, which is mu, and the ayn kalima will have kasra, which is musabbihun is ism fa'il, and musabbahun is ism maf'ul, and tasbihun is the masdar, and that's the bab of the form 2 which we are remembering. It's bab taf'il is how we're gonna remember, inshallah. And some more examples. What we did was ballagha, yuballighu, balligh, muballighun, muballaghun, and tablighun. Some more examples. Sallama, yusallimu, sallim, musallim, musallamun, and taslimun. So, and we did about naqis. We know how the naqis, if the word comes in form 2 and the masdar will change from bab taf'il to taf'ilatun. So that's the change. And we know the ism fa'il, the marfu, is formed by removing the ya with double dhamma and giving a compensatory kasra. So even though it's musammin, so it is, we know it is marfu. And how do we describe? Because the dhamma is upon ya, which was there before the kasra came. So we say ismun marfu'un alamatu raf'i al dhammatu ala al ya'i mahzufati. And we know musamman, we should see the writing rule that the alif maksura is written. That's the spelling rule for ya. So ya creates so many different rules which we need to remember. It's the same pattern which repeats itself. So once we know how this ya and alif, these and wow, these things, they behave in a word, then it will be easy for us to practice and remember. So, and we know tasmiyatun, that's the masdar for samma, and that's the pattern of tafilatun. So salla, right? Yusalli, yusalliyu is actually yusalli. Salli is the amr, and musallin. So we know musallin even with this kasrat of tanween. So we know it is marfu, and musallan, and which normally we call as musalla, is a place which is prayed on, and tasliyatun. So one more thing which we need to remember about musallin is on its own when there is no ya and there is a compensatory tanween, but because it's an ism, so we know the ism can have al. So when the al comes, we know the al is the sign of definite and tanween is a sign of indefinite. So they both cannot coexist. So when al comes, then the one of the kasra will go. As soon as the one of the kasra goes, what happens? The ya will come back. The ya will come back. So this is what we need to remember with ism manqus, the manqus nouns or manqus verbs. These are the things which we need to know, is that when the noun is made, ism fa'il, if it is indefinite, then you get a tanween kasra, and if it is definite al, then the ya comes back. So al musalli or al musammi. So that's the thing for form 2. So having noted these things, the form to. So it makes a little bit interesting to look at this ayah, so where we can see how the form 2 is used, different things. So inshallah we should be able to understand completely with our previous knowledge. So we say inna allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu tasliman. So if you see here, we know we got inna, and what is ismu inna? Harfu taqid wa nasbin. So Allah is your ismu inna wa malaikata. So we know that's mawtufun ala Allah, and who is mudaf ilayhi. And then we have yusalluna. So what is the verb? Is salla, and mudari yusallu and yusalluna is the jam'u. The plural refers to both of these nouns, Allah Azza wa Jal, Lafzul Jalala and Malaikata. So they send prayers or dua upon alan Nabi, jar majroor, ya ayyuhalladhina harfu nida, and we have munada, and alladhina is your ism mawsula, and what's the silatul mawsul is jumlatul fa'iliya. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believed. Sallu, again this is amr. Salli is for singular, and sallu, yusalluna. So if you take your alamat mudari' and make it majzoom by taking the noon away, so become sallu. Says, so send salutations alayhi, upon him, and here he refers to an-nabi. Wasallimu, and send, tasliman. Tasliman is your maf'ulun mutlaq. It's a masdar. So taf'ilan, it's a masdar which is coming from the verb. It is a maf'ulun mutlaq. So for further emphasis, which we cannot describe, which you cannot just translate. So this, alhamdulillah, so with our little knowledge, we should be able to understand the simple tafsir. So if you want to go deep, inshallah, we should look into the other ulama. So going forward, so we're doing form 3. So form 3 is, as we said, fa'ala. So here the alif is added after the fa kalima, and this is bab mufa'alatun. So here the form 3, there are two patterns on which the masdar is made. So one is the mufa'alatun, and the other one is fi'alun. So this is the masdar patterns, bab fi'alun, if you can remember, or bab mufa'alatun. So form 2 is bab taf'il, if you want to remember, and bab 3, form 3 is bab mufa'alatun. If you bring the example, shahada, yushahidu, so mudari, and amr will be shahid, and ism fa'il, what we're looking at is mushahidun. See the kasra, so it is ism fa'il, and mushahadun is your ism maf'ul, and what we're looking at is the masdar will be mushahadatun. So what is shahada means? So shahada means he watched or he witnessed. Shahada yushahidu. So if you bring another example, so the masdars, it is already built in the language, so we just have to know it and remember it. There's no formula to which file will have which type of masdar. It's because this has been used in the language, so we have to remember it. For example, shahada, we have mushahadatun, and if we use qabala, yuqabilu, and qabil is amr. He meet, telling somebody meet. So ism fa'il will be muqabilun, and ism maf'ul we're looking at muqabalun. one who is met. And how do we make masdar here? So if you say mufa'alatun, will be muqabalatun. So normally in Urdu we say muqabala. So muqabala is meeting. Muqabalatun is in the pattern of mufa'alatun. So another example, if you say jahada, or he struggled, he strived. Yujahidu, he strives. Jahid, telling. And mujahidun. Mujahidun is ism fa'il of form 3 from jahada. So there are a lot of names in a lot of Muslims who keep the name Mujahid, which means the one who struggles or one who strives. Mujahadun is strived upon. And what is the pattern here? Here it is not mujahadatun. The masdar is jihadun, as in the pattern of fi'alun. That's the pattern which you need to remember. If you take another example now, sa'ada, he helped. Yusa'idu, he helps. Sa'id, so you're telling somebody help. Sa'idni means help me. So musa'idun, the one who is helping. Musa'idun ism fa'il, if you see with the kasra. And musa'adun. And how do we make the masdar here? Musa'adatun. Musa'adatun. So this is the things which we need to remember. It is a pattern of mufa'alatun. So if you bring some naqis, if you see ending with alif makhsura, manqus, what is it called? The one which is got a weak letter. Laqa. So it is, the root word is laqiya. So laqa. Laqa means he met. So mudari will be you laqi, because it's a 4-letter word. So we know it will be you laqi, he means. And how to make amr will be laqi. So fi'l amrun majzumun bi hazfi harfi illa. And how do we make ism fa'il will be, again it is a naqis verb. You know, just we did in form 2 when there is ya. Mulaqiyun will be mulaqin. Ya will be taken away and a compensatory kasra is given. And ism maf'ul will be mulaqan. And just keep an eye on the spelling rule and how it is written, mulaqan. And how do you make masdar? So again, if you see here, if you see mufa'alatun, so that's the pattern. So it should have been mulaqayatun, mufa'alatun. So now here, because it's a ya, so be assured that there is some changes which takes place. So mulaqayatun. And why do these changes takes place when there is ya, hamza or waw? So that we are able to pronounce it more fluently without any interruption in the like recitations or things. So mulaqayatun, so it becomes mulaqatun. So take away the ya and it changed to mulaqatun. So we say mulaqat, so it's a masdar of form 3 and the root word is laqiya. So this is what we need to remember. And if you want to just quickly do the conjugation, so we just do conjugation of this weak letter, weak verb, because we want to get more stronger in this. So laqa is mudari and so madi. So laqaya, they both met. Laqaw. So why qaw? So at home, so we know the ya is dropped, the fatha is written, fatha and dhamma go together, so it's not changed, so it's kept in the madi, it's laqaw. And laqat, so again because there is iltiqai sakinaini, the weak letter is dropped, so laqat, laqata. And we know at hunna, so when the mutaharrik pronoun comes and the weak letter, it gets a sukun and it comes back, so it gets laqaina, laqaita, laqaituma, laqaitum, laqaiti, laqaituma, laqaitunna, laqaitu, laqaina. So this is how in madi we need to remember is laqaw. So if you go to the mudari', so if you see yulaqi, yulaqiyu, so the dhamma is not pronounced, so it's just yulaqi, yulaqiyani, yulaquna. So why we get dhamma here? because kasra and waw doesn't go together, so what happens, this kasra is changed into dhamma. Reason, as I said, ease in pronunciation. So yulaquna, then tulaqi, tulaqiyani, yulaqina. So mutaharrik pronouns, the ain and the lam kalima get sukoon, so there's no change, everything is normal. Tulaqi, tulaqiyani, tulaquna. So see, if here kasra is given, you'll not be able to pronounce properly. So that's why this kasra is changed into dhamma. That's just deliberately I've given a kasra just to show that this is difficult to pronounce. Yeah. So tulaqina, tulaqiyani, and tulaqina. So difference between these two is ya is the fa'il, here noon is the fa'il, so it's a mabni, and ulaqi, nulaqi. So this is how the weak letters are conjugated. So amr will be laqi, laqiya, laqu. So yulaquna, you just take away the noon, take away the alamatul mudari, laqu. Again laqi, laqiya, and laqina. That's how the amr is made. So if you take one more weak letter, most common, so you say nada. So nada means he called. Yunadi, he calls. And how to make amr? So you say na. So here it should have been ya, it's not alif maksur, it's a typo error. Nadi. So nadi, it's call. Munadin. See, munadin. So munadin, so we know it is alamatu, it is marfu. How do we know it's marfu? It's ismu marfuun alamatu raf'ihi ad-dammatu al-muqaddara ala ma qabla ya'il mahzufati, which means, so the sign of marfu is upon damma, upon ya which was there before it was being dropped. So that's how you describe it in grammatical terms.